Okie dokie. I think I updated my title. Hi guys! Hello! It's Sunday. How are you doing? Hello, hello. Hi Vax, hi Green, hi Jody. Welcome in. We're gonna be making some soup today. I started stream before changing the title of it, so hopefully if you refresh you'll see that we are making kielbasa potato soup today. I've never made this. I printed out a recipe that's like, I accidentally made it in like huge print, so I should be able to read it, hopefully. No. But I'm very excited. I think this is gonna be pretty good. I've got all of my ingredients on the table. We're gonna do a bunch of cutting because we need to cut up the kielbasa. We gotta cut up onions, celery, and potatoes. We're gonna be doing a bunch of things. I think I posted on everything. Oh, I forgot to post on Blue Sky. Hang on 1 second. Live now on Twitch. Put the little video I made and hit post. Let that upload. But hi, I'm doing pretty good. Hi KG, how you doing? I'm doing good. I woke up this morning, took a shower, and was like, I kind of want to stream. Also, I'm kind of hungry, and I wanted to try a new recipe. So here we are. Also, I'm not 100% sure if this cheese is good. I'm looking at it, and it might not be good. But I have more cheese. I can use different cheese if I need to. I forgot that we had cheddar in the back of the thing, and I was like, oh, let me use that. But I'm looking at it. I don't think it should have that kind of white coating on a bunch of the cheese. I'm gonna throw this away, actually. I don't think that's good. That's sad. That's a lot of cheese that I forgot about. We're gonna use Kobe cheese. Cause I got Kobe cheese. We're gonna use that instead. That would be just as good. Yeah. Is it just cellulose? I'm just not sure, because it looks like a lot of it. Like, is it okay? Like, I don't see any green. Keeps it from sticking together. Yeah, it's just that I don't normally see it. And it's been sitting a little bit. I think my favorite soup would probably be either my green chicken enchilada soup or a potato soup, like a loaded baked potato. That is a really good question. Yeah, hold on, I'm gonna open it. I didn't just throw it away, because like, I wonder, hold on. Okay, to be fair, it says best if used by December 6th. Which is definitely like 2 weeks ago at this point. Yeah, the smell check. Also, I went to go cut it open and it did not cut enough. Need cut more. But there it is. Okay. Okay, to be honest, the cheese from the back looks normal. Like, this cheese looks good. I'm just gonna try to grab some of it and use some of it and just not grab the super white ones because I don't like them. I don't think they're moldy. I do think it's probably just the cellulose or whatever. I got cheese under my nails. Okay. We'll use a little bit of cheddar, we'll use a little bit of Kobe. At least so it doesn't all go to waste, because like a bunch of it looks fine. It's just like what's been sitting on top looks a little off, and I don't want to use it, but I'm not against using what I can from it, because, like, I can't believe I forgot about that cheese. It was, like, in the back. I usually use, like, mozzarella, Mexican, and Kobe. So, like, I forgot about the cheddar. I forgot about the cheddar. How could I? Okay, we're going to cut up the kielbasa first, because that's going to be the first thing to go in the pot. We're going to have to, you know, make it nice and crispy. Well, not like super crispy, but you know what I mean. I think you know what I mean. And we're just going to go ahead and like actually cut it with a knife today because I feel like it. I'm going to cut them into little circles and then probably take the bigger ones and cut them in half today. I think that makes sense for like a good like bite-sized piece so that they're looking like this, if that makes sense. Cut them in half. All right, I'm gonna cut them into nice little slices, not too thick, not too thin, because I don't want them too thick. What is your guys' favorite soup? That's a really good like question, because like I think for the longest time I only ate tomato soup. Like I didn't like any other soups, and I realize now that I think it was just that I didn't like. I'm not a huge fan of like, let's throw a ton of stuff into the pot and call it a soup. It just, like, I want things that I actually like in the soup. Ooh, broccoli cheddar is really good. Baked potato is really good. Chili's amazing. I love chili. I've had a lot of really good chilies the past few years. Ooh, French onion's really good too, Jody. Beer cheese soup, though. I've never heard of that. Is it just like a more so like a cheesy guy? A cheesy soup? That sounds really good, honestly. Could be a Midwest thing. That makes sense to me. I more so hear things from like the East, because like my parents are from the Northeast and I'm in the Southeast, so I can tell usually when it's like something that like up north, because like I'll say things like in school like to my friends and they'd be like, I've never heard of that, and it's like, oh, it's because we're from up north and they're not familiar. Okay, I'm gonna put them back onto this little plate as I cut them in half-sies so that they're off to the side. Because I want to have like more meat per bite. Like, does that make sense? Because if I have bigger chunks, then less bites get meat. And we want a good chunk. We're looking for something. Also, I'm wearing my Sabrina shirt because Seth said the other day, he goes, "Where's your Sabrina shirt?" And I was like, you know what? That's a really good question because I haven't worn it in like a couple weeks. So I found it. It was in the bottom of a basket. Illinois, 10 minutes from Wisconsin, so beer and cheese are stable. Oh, yeah. Well, you always hear about the Wisconsin, like, cheese curds, or just the cheese in general. I really like Culver's. They have a lot of things where they're like, Wisconsin cheese. Cheese! And I'm like, yes, please. I love cheese. SiennaCeeCee is a witch? Definitely, but why would you say that? No. Dude, my hair wants to, like, be a part of this, and I'm like, no thank you. Can you please go behind my shoulders? I could tie it up, but I'm not, like, I hate the feeling of having my hair tied up when it's not, like, styled super cute, and that takes a lot more effort. That's a me espresso soup. You're absolutely right, Jody. I like that. Sorry, that was a secret. Oh, I see. Yeah. They weren't supposed to know. But I already knew. Well, then apparently you guys are in on the secret. The witchy vibes is like, I guess, obvious. Good thing we're not in the past where they would burn me at the stake for thinking I'm a witch. All right, I cut up all the meat. We love meat, so we're definitely gonna use all of this. We got nice, good chunks. They're all like, look at that. That's some good chunks of meat. Alright, I'm gonna wash my hands off real quick. And I'm actually gonna, real quick, wash off the cutting board and the knife. Nothing crazy, we're gonna do the vegetables next, the veg. And I wanted a cleaner surface, you know? I'm just gonna use the same knife and cutting board because it's easier to just keep working on things. I'm gonna cut everything up first and then we'll kind of like swap to like adding things into the pot. I'm gonna cut up an onion next. I like to cut both sides off. Also, I've never cried to an onion. I don't know if it's just me or if it's like, or what, but I've never cried to cutting an onion. Witches use cauldrons. Soups can cook in a cauldron. It's just on theme. Oh my God, you're absolutely right. How did I not see this? Here I thought it was because of the tarot cards and the crystals. And like the slight like seeing into the future and the hella of a manifestation that keeps happening. Have you guys ever cried to an onion? I know it's like super common, but I've just never done it. Alright, this one does not want to behave, so I'm just gonna force it. Alright. Yeah. I know it's like super duper common, and I've just never, like, I can just chop away. And like, I'd like walk into the kitchen and I'd see my mom cutting an onion and she'd be crying. And I'm like, Mom, are you okay? And she's like, I'm just cutting an onion. It's not a big deal. I'm like, oh, okay. But then I was like, wait, but like, it never happens to me. Alright, that's like half an onion. Now let's cut the other half of the onion. Yeah, I basically like to cut it in half, do it in little strips, and then if you go from the side, the ringlets of the onion with the rest of it, you just, like, they're sliced along it. Oh, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. And then you just kind of chunk it out, and it comes into the perfect, like, diced onion pieces. And I'm like, hell yeah. Like, this is what we're here for. So I'm gonna get another paper plate and put the onion on it. But thank you so much for the follow. Ecuador soccer news. Hell yeah. Hope you're doing great today. Welcome into my cooking stream. I got 2 paper plates, one for potatoes, that's why. I was like, I'm gonna put the celery and the onion on the same plate because they go in at the same time. But then I was like, why do I have another plate? Like, I did that on purpose. It's for the potatoes. We're gonna do celery next. I wanna make sure the celery gets nice and small because I don't like big chunks of celery. Alright, so we got the onion. We've got celery. A friend of mine wears swim goggles when they cut onions. Oh my gosh. I mean, I guess if that's what you need to do, you gotta take care of business, I guess. I'm gonna use these 2 sticks. We don't need a lot, just like 2 sticks of it, and I'm gonna cut off the ends because they, you know, you don't want them. I really only want like this much. And honestly, I'm probably gonna make little strips first and then dice it across. I'm gonna kind of fourth it and then dice, if that makes sense. Kind of like, okay, maybe thirds. I kind of want this one smaller though. Come on, celery. Wish I could chop celery like my mom does. She like just does it, and then like she like acts like slicing it thin is like super easy, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, there we go. Oh, I think I just mastered it. Like, damn, that time it was so much easier. It's almost like practice helps or something. So now that I got it in a bunch of skinnier strips, I'm gonna kind of like dice it down along this edge so that they're nice and small. Crunchy. So now we got some diced up celery. We've got it. Hello, hello, Jay. Oh yeah, no, I'm trying to be so careful not to catch my fingers. It's a sharp knife too, so I probably wouldn't even realize it at first because it's such a good freaking knife. But I'm being extra, extra careful. Yeah, so now we have the diced up onions and celeries. And now we go on to potatoes. Now personally, I'm gonna rinse off the potatoes. I forgot to do that. But, one second. All right, so I just rinsed off the potatoes. Now it says to peel and dice them. I like the skins on my potatoes, so I'm gonna keep them on. And I'm just gonna pat them dry so that they're not like super wet. It calls for 1.5 pounds of potatoes. I'm doing like 4 like medium to large potatoes. I think that might be more than what it calls for, to be honest, but I also haven't weighed them. But I like potatoes, so if there's a little extra potato, that's a-okay. This one's like huge for like, these are yellow potatoes, but we're gonna go ahead and cube these as well because that's gonna make them cook evenly when we get them in the pot. I'm gonna basically slice it up, and then I'll stack them and I'll grid the potato into cutting it, if that makes any sense. I think it does, but right. I basically will take it into like chunks. So like stack them like this, and then I'm gonna put it like that, twist, into a cube. If that conveys well. It's how I cut up my potatoes into little squares. It's the same way I cut them for breakfast potatoes. I usually use red potatoes for breakfast potatoes, but we're making soup today, so we're using yellow potatoes because I felt like that was more fitting. You can use really whatever potatoes you want, I feel like. No one's gonna be like, oh my god, you used the wrong potatoes in your soup. They're gonna be like, wow, yummy potato, you know? Like, if someone's complaining about the type of potato, I don't know what they're doing at your house. Like, you're not appreciating the potato. You're gonna complain about the potato, you know? Like, that doesn't, we don't do that. Oh, that one slid funny. Now my nice lines are gonna be off. Oh well. But, yeah. Appreciate your potatoes. I love all forms of potatoes here. I will check chat in just a second. I feel like I saw it move, but I'm not going to look up while I'm cutting the potato. But yeah. There we go. Hell yeah. I'm really glad that I decided to stream today because, like, I was just really feeling it. And I was like, I'm going to do this. Like, why make soup alone when I can make soup with you guys? Like, 10 times better. Also, I thought it was a great time to try a brand new recipe, so I've never done this before. I'm just cutting up my materials one potato at a time. Yeah, they're basically all like about this size, like nice little, basically cubes. This was all one potato. Like that was a good sized potato. Honestly, I probably only need like 2, maybe 3 of these, but I'm just feeling the potatoes, you know? Sometimes you have a little bit of a dud piece on it. Like, got a little bit of rot on this one. Just toss it to the side. Just uninvite it to your potato party, you know? What are your guys' like big 2025 goals? Like, first of all, can you guys believe that it's almost 2025? Like, we literally have 16 more days this month. Like, we're on the 15th already. Like, we're halfway through the month. We're only 10 days till Christmas. Next weekend I'm gonna be in the Bahamas, which is crazy. Like, what the heck? But I think one of my big 2025 goals is to work on more gaming content. Like, I want to do a lot more gaming where I'm fully playing through a bunch of story games. Like, I have a bunch on my radar that I really want to like complete, such as like Kingdom Hearts. I want to play through and record a bunch of the Pokemon games, the Pikmin games. Like, there's a bunch that I really want to fully play through and enjoy and record doing so. So I'll probably stream it and then, you know, go from there and probably, if I can actually go through and edit them and post them, that'd be really, really awesome. Finish your master's program in library science and youth literature. Hell yeah, Jody, that's super awesome. I thought about going to school for library stuff, since I worked at the library for so long. But here I am. I decided to do content instead. But yeah, the Bahamas. I think it's supposed to be really cold. Like, we're supposed to get like a cold front that weekend. So I don't know how chilly it is, but I intend to swim even if it's cold, because I want to. But we're gonna be doing like a water park, and it's like a little weekend cruise, so we're just gonna go to like the water park and stuff and enjoy that. And then we have a day at sea, so we can just enjoy the cruise ship. Just a little 2-day, or I guess 4-day if you count like the day we leave and the day we come back, but it's a 2-day cruise. Yeah, Reed and I are going for our little Christmas adventure. Hi Stu, how you doing? Welcome in. For sure. I'm just out here trying to follow my dreams. I dropped a potato! Follow my dreams. And content is where those dreams are. So I'm dropping potatoes off my pile. So that means one of two things. One, we stop cutting up potatoes because this is probably enough. We've lost 4 little potato chunks. Such a sad casualty. Honestly, I think I will put the extra potato away. I think we're good. I think we have a lot of potato. I will eat him later. We have a big ol' stack of potatoes. So just, do the amount of potatoes that feels right in your heart, and that's how you know you have enough potatoes. Hello? Oh, thank you for the 60 bits. Welcome in, Shreyas. Hello. And hi, Phoenix. Welcome. Christmas. Exactly. Okay, just rinse the starch off the knife and stuff so it doesn't sit that way. But thank you so much for the 60 biddies. I really appreciate it. 3 more potatoes. We did 3 whole potatoes, and I was gonna do 1 more, but then it's a full plate. It's a big amount. If I'm looking down, it's because I'm reading chat. I've wanted to do streams and stuff, but I never know what to say, and now that... Yeah, that's fair. I feel really bad for the people who their main source of income is TikTok. Like, I follow a ton of chronically ill creators who their main source of income is through TikTok. And with the TikTok ban coming up, they really do, they're kind of getting fucked because, like, they really can't do anything else. And, like, now they have to scramble to figure out how to diversify their income while still making the content they make. But, like, it just really sucks. Hydration break. Okay, so we got everything we need all diced up. The first step is to, it says to heat oil in a large pan and fry the kielbasa for 4 to 5 minutes, but I am gonna not put oil in the pan. I'm just gonna put the kielbasa in the pan. Kielbasa makes enough grease itself that you really don't need to grease the pan. You just gotta make sure the pan is hot enough. So we're gonna heat that up because I forgot to do that. And then we'll put the kielbasa in. Basically, all of our next steps are putting things over there. So we're gonna I'm gonna swap all the materials in that direction. That's the plan. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna flip flop with our beautiful paper plates. Cheers. More cheese. We're gonna probably put you guys up on the. Hold up. There we go. Unplug the laptop. We're gonna put you up on the toaster oven. That's where I put you the other day, and it kind of worked out really good because you get like a good view of the stove top. Hold on. I might, hold up. I think I have better ideas, guys. Set you there for a second. We're just gonna move the toaster oven out of the way and just, is that better? I don't know if that's better or not. I feel like it's potentially better. Let me move this cheese aside. Move, toaster oven, get out the way. I'm so sorry if that made a lot of noise. That was not my intention. I'm gonna try to, yeah, because then you can see what I'm doing on the counter too. All right. We got a measuring cup. We got our red pepper flakes and parsley. We got chicken broth, garlic, salt and pepper, and milk. There we go. Got our recipe. We've got water for hydration. Water can go over there. All right. Chat's gonna go over here. I'm gonna take my little paper towel so it doesn't slip. I'm figuring things out. Oh, stinker. Hold on. Where's my mod view? Tisk tisk. Little bot. And bam. All right. Exactly. People with disabilities always do get screwed over. And oh, yes. The cost of the P.O. box is it's been progressively going up, but that is the goal for the next thingy, because it's renewing, so it's gonna be a little bit of a oof, but I want to keep it going and everything because we do use it, so I want to, obviously have it. Bartering with a bottle of wine. Look, sir, I've got rosé. I don't know wines like that. Is this hot yet? I'm putting my hand to feel the temperature, not touching the pan. Touching the pan is bad. Don't do that. I'm doing my best to kind of flatten my kielbasa chunks. I'm just gonna let them sit in there. Sit in there, get a little crispy. We'll toss them a few times with thy tongs. Let me get another paper plate because we're gonna put the kielbasa out of it for a little bit. Once it's done cooking, we'll put it on a plate so that we don't need to. So we have time to cook the potatoes in the soup after. That makes sense. Gosh. Yeah. So, step 1 is the kielbasa. What is on the menu today, Chef? Today on the menu, we're making kielbasa potato soup. So it's going to be like a sausage meat, also known as a kielbasa. But we got one of those. I'm using a beef kielbasa. You can use pork. They've got a bunch of different kinds. And it's going to have potatoes, onions, celery, garlic, chicken broth. Technically the recipe calls for chicken stock. I don't have any chicken stock, so we're using chicken broth. Cheese, milk, salt, pepper, parsley, red pepper flakes, all that good stuff, you know. It calls for fresh parsley. I don't have fresh parsley, but I got this. So we're gonna use what we got. Do a little dancey dance. The kielbasa is doing kielbasa things inside of the pot. I like to let them get a little bit, just a little bit crispy, you know? So it might take a little bit longer than just it says 4 to 5 minutes to just heat them. Technically they're already, I'm pretty sure they're already cooked. Or cured or whatever, that's, I don't know. But I like them to get nice and, color to them. That's not their original color. If that makes sense. Yeah. I was told that the sizzling of the pan last time was very satisfying. Since you guys can hear basically everything. You hear the little lo-fi, the sizzle. The laptop mic really wants to pick up the world, but that is okay. Hi Dutch, how you doing? I'm doing great, thank you for asking. We're making soup today, so we're here in the kitchen making the soup. Because I'm hungry, and I decided I wanted soup, so here we are. I found this recipe. It's a kielbasa potato soup. There is one thing I should tell you guys that it calls for that I'm not putting into it. It does say you can put carrot into it. I felt like carrot didn't really fit in it, and also I don't have any carrots, but I was just like, nah, we're not going to do carrot today. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. Very much hearts. If I look over here, this is where chat is. So this is me reading your messages. Over here is the camera, so I'm like eye contact or something. And then here's our pot of food that is slowly getting some color. I'm gonna leave it for a little bit more before I kind of stir it, so that I can try to get different surfaces of it. It's not gonna be perfect. I cut them smaller than what I normally lay out in the pan, the pot, if you will. So try and get some nice color to the kielbasa. Let it caramelize a little bit. Streaming from phones is very difficult. The Wi-Fi connection and or cell service connection is sometimes spotty out in the wild, if that makes sense. So, good luck. It can be hard and your connection will probably drop a few times. But I think you can just go into the Twitch app and just go live in there. But it's interesting. I try to stream on OBS though, so I'm on my laptop when I'm out here versus my normal setup where I play the gamey games. Howdy, Yaz. How are you doing? Hello, hello. Welcome in. I'm giving it a good stir. A lot of the sausage is shrinking because that's normal. Looks like it's starting to get some color to them. Let it have more time. Commercials. Here for your commercial break. Get a chef coat for cooking streams. I don't think I want a chef coat. I'd maybe do like an apron because I think those are cute. But also it would look like I'm not wearing pants if I had an apron because it'd be like a little skirt and my shorts that I wear all the time are short and then it would look like I'm not wearing pants from the front. Which would be a little precarious, but that's okay. Oh, this is smelling good. I'm just smelling the meat cooking. Good shit. Oh, that's pretty cool. I wish you luck. I would say try to just like, if the connection's well enough on the Wi-Fi, just go to the Twitch app and hit go live. And that's probably pretty cool. I know a lot of people stream from cons and stuff, but there's so much going on at them that I don't think I could ever focus on it enough. I think the meat's looking pretty good. We're gonna give it just a little bit longer and then we'll go to the next step, which the next step is putting the onion, carrot, celery, which we're not doing carrot, so just the onion and the celery in the kielbasa oil. I might add, well, it looks like it has generated enough of its own oil. I probably won't add any, but cook the onion and the celery for about 5 minutes until softened. Then stir in the garlic and the red chili flakes, and continue to cook for another minute until fragrant. We like some fragrance. Words are hard. Hello, Fire Lord. Cooking stream. Woo woo. Welcome on in. How are you doing today? We're having a vibe. We're cooking. It's like waiting for it to do its thing. But we are making kielbasa potato soup today. And I'm very excited. I can't wait to try it. I've never had this before. But, you know, what can we do? We try new recipes. I think the kielbasa is basically done. It will go back into the pot later, but let me pull it out with my tongs. Just a few pieces left, but they're like trying to get them in one tong full and it just isn't happening. Alright, so the pot has oil in it already. And we're going to add the onion and the celery. I think I will add just a little bit of olive oil, which is what it called for originally. So I think the onion and the celery will use it, but the kielbasa did not need that. Aw, you're very sweet. We're gonna let these soften in the pan. I'm gonna set that aside. Check out this kielbasa. That looks amazing. That's looking super good. This says to cook for about 5 minutes, and then we'll add in the garlic and the red pepper flakes. The garlic says to do 4 cloves, so I'm going to do like a big scoop because I have jar garlic. Use whatever garlic you want. This is what I have. And then red chili flakes. So I've got red pepper flakes. I'm just going to put some of those in. When it's time, I'm going to let these soften up just a little bit more. You can see like the grease of the kielbasa on this, which is really nice. It's getting nice and like caramelized, which is definitely what you want to see. Let it do its thing, let it do its thing. We're doing great. Gotcha. I don't think I have a timeout perk. I don't remember setting one up. Not really my thing to time out people who don't do something wrong, you know? That smells really good. The meat, the celery, the onion smells amazing. I'm not too sure, Dutch. I haven't really encountered people asking to be timed out. It can be people are weird sometimes and sometimes do things, but if it's distracting from the stream or the vibes, then, you know, do what we gotta do. We're gonna let this go just a little bit longer, and then we're gonna add in the garlic. I'm gonna get the garlic ready. Excuse me, I coughed a little. I'm just gonna do like a pretty generous amount of garlic, a little extra. I like garlic though, so. This is smelling really, really good. Hi, Goldie. Hello, hello. Welcome in. We are cooking today. Back in the kitchen. All right. So the next step is to put the potatoes and the chicken broth into the pot and bring it to a boil. So I'm gonna put the potatoes in first. And then we gotta measure out the potatoes, and then we're gonna measure out the chicken broth, which it calls for 5 cups. Hey Google, what is cups to ounces? Okay, that's what I thought. Just gotta make sure. Ounces, ounces, ounces. So this would be almost 2 cups is left in there. Bless you. I heard Reed sneeze. So 2 cups. We need 5 total, so we're gonna go ahead and do another 2 cups because this is a 2-cup measuring cup, and then we'll do the 3rd cup. Okay, you're splashing everywhere. Everything's gonna taste like chicken broth, which is not a bad thing. And then we need 1 more cup. The base of the soup. Now it does call for stock, so if you have stock, use stock, but I've got broth, so here we are. We're supposed to bring this to a boil now for the potatoes to cook. I'm gonna give it a good stir. We are gonna need a ladle. We made soup recently, so the ladle was in the dishwasher, but I cleaned the dishes last night, so I ran it. It's good. Hi, pretty girl. My cat's rolling around on the kitchen, the living room floor. All right, so it says bring to a boil, then lower heat to a simmer for 10 to 12 minutes, covered with a lid. So we're gonna need a lid. Lid. I think, ooh, did not mean to make a loud noise. I think this is the lid. Nope, too big. Need the other lid. Lid. Is the lid in the dishwasher? It is. Bam, found the lid, because we're gonna need this. Gotta go for now? Okay, have a good one. Thank you for hanging in. I'm just gonna put the lid over here. Lay the lid down there. Alright, so add potatoes and chicken broth. Gotta bring this to a boil. That is our current step, is bringing to a boil. It calls for 1 1/4, I'm assuming, cup. Okay, so this one still has chicken broth in it. I'm gonna put it in the fridge, throw away the other one. So, we're gonna measure out the milk so that when it's time for the milk, it's ready. We need 1 1/4 cup. There we go. So now the rest of the milk can go in the fridge. I don't want to leave that out for too long, you know? and I'm not using it. I'll also put the garlic away because we no longer need her. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Kielbasa tastes good. I'm more of a taste along the way kind of person. And sometimes you gotta know if it's good. Like you're doing the right thing. Give it a stir. Yeah, we're gonna let that go to a boil. We vibin'. Oh, it's actually boiling pretty good. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, the watcher. Welcome in. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Alright, so it is now boiling. So we're gonna cover with a lid and we're going to bring it down to a simmer. And we're gonna set a timer. Hey Google, set a timer for 12 minutes.
Got it. 12 minutes.
I didn't ask you.
Got it now. 12 minutes. And that's starting now.
Not you. The tablet over there keeps thinking I'm talking to it when I'm talking to my thing over here. One too many Google devices. Alrighty, so we're gonna let that kind of just do its thing, be covered, cook for like 12 minutes. I'm gonna grab a seat. I'll grab a seat for us to sit and chat because standing for long periods is not good for me. Also, there is a lot of chicken broth on my phone. A little bit, got a little bit of chicken broth on the, jumped onto the phone. Alright, it's good. Hey, that, Mar, no scratching the couch. Silly kitty. Alright. There we go. So, what do you guys do on Sundays? Oh, I just realized I should check my fantasy football people. Because I gotta make sure they're all playing. All good. Alright. I think all my people are good. Looks like they're mostly all playing today, but there's like one that's playing on Monday. So, that is good. I'm currently projected about 141, while my opponent is 134. So hopefully if the projections are at all accurate, I think I'm going to do pretty good. Definitely being productive and not all just sitting on my couch watching someone cook soup. Aw, Jody. Yeah, we out here cooking soup. I think after stream, I'm going to try to continue on. I have a bunch of stuff I need to edit. And then also I was going to make new like banners and stuff for my YouTube pages. So like a slight refresh, same vibe. Go through all that and like make sure everything's like nice and organized for the new year. Update like the descriptions for any links that might be broken now, and things like that. I really want to eat this kielbasa and I'm trying not to, because I would just eat this whole plate of kielbasa before I went in the soup, and that's probably not the plan, you know? But yeah, I have a lot of stuff I want to do, but I'll probably also watch like some anime. I've been watching Quintessential Quintuplets, and I think I'm on the last episode of season 2, and then I think there's like a movie or something, so. I'd like to work on that, and probably continue my audiobook, because we're having a book club meeting at the beginning of February, and I'm ahead of pace, but I have 9 hours left of From Blood and Ash, which is our book club selection for our first book club meeting, which will be like the first week of February, which I'm really excited about. Honestly, I'm probably gonna continue reading this series and like finish the series. Who knows? Maybe I'll read the whole series before the book club meeting. Never know. Oh my gosh, Delicious in Dungeon is such a good anime. I love it so much. I'd love to cosplay some of the characters from that. I really like Delicious in Dungeon. We're using fresh monster meat today. No. Hey Google, how long on timer?
You've got 6 minutes and 37 seconds to go.
Okay. Because I'll probably check it in like 4 minutes, because it says 10 to 12 and I set the timer for 12. I always find that potatoes take just like a little bit longer to cook whenever I'm doing it. I don't know why. I'm getting a fork out of the drawer. 1 fork to make sure that the potatoes are fork tender in a few minutes. Yeah, basilisk. I swear I know how to say that. Basilisk. Oh my god. Yeah, what you said. I've said it before and I've been fine, and then now that I'm like reading it on stream, my words are coming out blah blah blah. Oh, I should probably. So I have this cute little thing on the fridge right here, and it's called has a little menu, and I haven't touched it in a while, and I should probably clean it off and like make an actual menu this week. I think that'd be fun. It's just like when I feel good enough, I try to be like, oh, this is what I'm making this week, and then I don't have to think about it every day, and I'm just like pull out the meat and then make the food. Oh yeah, I have one. I'll taste one more. Still tastes really good. I caught up on scheduling all of my VODs for streams, and they're all scheduled to post. Since I was a little bit behind, they're going to post like one every day for a little bit, just to catch up. My goal is in 2025 to post the VOD 1 week after the stream, so that I have time to re-render it out, adjust audios if I need to, and, you know, make the thumbnail and all that jazz. Though I'm not doing anything crazy for thumbnails, I'm just trying to take a clip from the stream and then put StreamVOD on it, but, you know, that vibe. But I've caught up, so that's good. And then once I've caught up and I'll post, then I'll start with what the real plan is, you know? Which I feel like is totally doable. Okay, I'm gonna check on my potatoes. I've got to see. Hey Google, how long on timer?
There's 3 minutes and 13 seconds left.
I'll give it one more minute because it is soft and I can eat it. But I want to double check that it's like, you know, good. Just in case there's any bigger chunks. Also, it's like, it's soft, but like, let's let it like get softer. Just a little bit. It's a soup. Good soup. Wait for it to hit 12:50. That's when I'm gonna move into the next step, which is mix in the milk and pour in the kielbasa. All right, milk and kielbasa. That's the next step. Hold on, set this here. Hey Google, cancel timer.
All right, the timer is canceled.
All right. Alright. Just gonna give that a good little stir. Let that milk get in there. Let the meat go in. That's looking lovely. I'm gonna let that sit with that for another like 2 minutes. I'm gonna cover it again. So, hey Google, set 2 minutes to timer.
It looks like there aren't any timers running at the moment.
Hey Google, set 2 minute timer.
Sure, 2 minutes.
Thank you.
Start.
Now, it seems like the amount of cheese it calls for is not a lot. So I'm just gonna eyeball and just add what cheese feels good in here. And I'm just gonna add cheese to it in about 2 minutes. Let that melt up. And then simmer for another 2 to 3 minutes. Because you want it to kind of thicken. It looks really good. It looks great so far. And then you can always add a little bit more cheese. Alright, I'm gonna add the salt and pepper now because I want to make sure that I get the little salt and pepper in there. Just want to make sure that the potatoes are good. They're definitely fork tender. Yeah, they're good. Hey Google, stop. Okay, great. Okay, I'm gonna add cheese in. It's cheese time. It says cheddar cheese, so I'm gonna use like a good chunk of cheddar, but then I'm gonna also add some Kobe cheese because I'm a big fan of Kobe cheese. Then we're gonna add probably just the rest of what I have in this bag, honestly. A good handful. We're gonna let that melt up. And basically, we're just gonna let this thicken up a little bit for another 2 to 5 minutes. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the biddies, Jody. I appreciate it. Thank you for the 100 biddies. I appreciate that. I'm going to add some parsley as well. I'm going to add it now, just because now feels like the right time in my heart. And, you know, sometimes you just got to measure with your heart. We don't fully measure everything. I got cheese on the parsley lid, though, so I'm going to have to wipe that down later. Okay, we're letting this cheese get melty. I can't wait to show you guys this, because this is looking pretty good. Yeah, and it feels nice and, for lack of better words, chunky, because it has a lot of potatoes and a lot of meat in it, which is exactly what I'm going for. I feel like you could easily maybe do a little less milk and do a little bit of heavy cream if you want it like inherently like thicker to begin with. Just because that would add like a little bit extra thickness. Just from like what I see in the recipe and what, you know, what is happening, you know. I just said, you know, like 5 times. What the heck? Alright, I'm gonna let this sit. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit so it can like do its thing, because I had it on like low. I'm gonna have it between 4 and 5 on the thing. I'm also gonna put the cheese back in the fridge because I have a lot of extra cheese. Actually, we're gonna keep the Kobe out. Keep the Kobe out because I want to top. Well, I might add more into the soup, but I also want to top each bowl with a little bit of cheese. This is a new bag. I need scissors. Just for good vibes, we'll put another handful of cheese into it. That feels more right. Measure with the soul, especially when it comes to cheese. Let's see. I've got cheese under my nails, so I'm gonna wash my hands. I don't like that. I don't like when cheese is under my nails. I like cheese, but I don't like that. All right, this is the garlic spoon. Garlic spoon can go in the sink. Scissors can go away too. Seasoning. Trash. Alright, so we're gonna stir this. It is definitely like thickening up, especially with like the extra cheese. It's looking quite appealing to me. Quite appealing. I'm going to take the extra dishes. Honestly, this didn't make a lot of dishes, which is very nice because I don't like a huge mess. It's mainly just the pot. The pot, the measuring cup. I started with tongs, the cutting board, and then like a fork and a spoon. So, really not a lot of like dishes, so that's really nice. What's your pop socket design on your phone? Oh my goodness, I'm so glad you asked. It is Sylveon. So it's a little Sylveon pop socket, and then it also has a little wallet. So there's a little card in there. It can fit up to 3 cards, which is nice. Makes it easier to have on me because there's so many times where it's like, put in your CV code or whatever, and I'm like, I have to go get it out of my bag, but now it's right there, so I can just boop. Which may be not a great thing because it makes it easier to purchase stuff, but it's convenient. Also, most of the times in store I use tap to pay, but having that there helps if I go to Walmart. Walmart does not have tap to pay, and it bothers me immensely. Sylveon's your favorite evolution? Oh my gosh, that's so good. I really want to get, they have one like this that they just released after I got this one that is like purple clouds and very like dream vibes, and then it has like a moon and an Eevee. And with my purple phone and purple being my favorite color, and that, I think that would be very much my vibes because Eevee's my favorite. But Sylveon's definitely up there, and I love the pink and the sakura blossoms, and it's very cute, and I very much like it. I like it a lot. I think this is pretty much done. Like, it's mostly a broth soup, so it's going to be a little bit more liquidy, but with the cheese and the milk. Part of me wants to pour a little bit of heavy cream into it, but at the same time I feel like I should like taste it and experience it in the recipe's like first form, and then if I make it again, then try it. But honestly, let me get a little spoon. Let me taste. Let me get a little taste. Let me know. Okay, we're gonna. That is really good. Okay, I like that, how it is. I feel like the heavy cream, if anything, would just make it a little bit thicker, which isn't a bad thing. But that is really good. I'm going to save the spoon for my bowl, because I'm going to eat a bowl. And then I get a bowl and a spoon for Reed, who's probably going to be very excited. Now, when we serve this, the soup, you can easily top it with a little extra cheese, a little bit of sour cream. If you had something like bacon bits, you could totally do that too. I don't have that, but I'm going to do probably a little bit of cheese and sour cream. But I'm going to take it off the heat, put the lid away. I'm going to wipe down the dribble I did on the stove because what the heck. Yeah, we're gonna move it off the burner. Let me reposition us back over here. because I like this side better. I'm so sorry if that was loud. There's like onion on the counter I left. Onion that did not make it into the soup. Actually, screw the box. We're going surface level. Boop, boop, boop. All right. I'm gonna make the bowl of soup and then we're gonna taste it like in its entirety here. Paper towel. Get the side of my bowl. Set that there. Look at that soup. That's some good soup right there. Hang on. Let me ask Reed if he wants to come out here and taste it on camera or if he just wants it brought to him. I'll be right back. Sweetie. That is A-okay. You want extra cheese on top of sour cream? No. Reed has opted to have it brought to him today. And he's gonna want extra cheese and sour cream on top for sure. Alright. We've got the cheese. Alright, so here's Reed's bowl, which I also got broth on the side of. We need more paper towel because I'm a mess, or at least I'm making a mess. We've got options. Right, we're gonna do a little cheese on top. Take a little bit of cheese on mine. A little bit more. Let that melt in. Put the cheese away while I grab sour cream. Where did the sour cream go? I found it. I'm gonna bring the chat over here. No, I do not want to time out Jody for saying cheese. What the heck? My tablet has a mind of its own. He should give first impressions on video. Nah, it's okay. Sometimes he doesn't want to be on camera. This is my career, not his. So, if he doesn't want to be on camera, that is A-okay. And it is indeed adorable. Hell yeah. Alright, I'm going to bring him his. Okie dokie. Put the sour cream away. I don't know why I got rid of the lid, because I want to put the lid over the soup. Ladle there. I want my water. My cousin Emily sent me a Snapchat. I will check it after. Unspeakable things for cheese. Understandable, me too, also. But we got soup. Look at that. Okay, so we're gonna taste it. My cheese has nicely additionally melted in. I'm gonna stir in my sour cream. But this is kielbasa and potato soup. So It's got a nice cheesy that is really good. I'm so glad I made this. Impulsivity. Here we are. I love the combination of the potatoes and the kielbasa. They taste really good together. Obviously the cheese. I put a lot of cheese in it. There are red pepper flakes and parsley in this. You can taste the red pepper flakes, but they aren't like, it's more so for the flavor of it, but there's no like really heat behind it, which is good for sensitive people. Heck, I'd probably give this to Mikey, for example, and it'd be, it probably would still be too spicy, but who knows. I find this to be a nice, really basic soup. And it wasn't too many calories either. Now, I did add a little extra cheese, so that would add to the calories. But the recipe said it was between 350 to 400 calories. That's me taking into account extra cheese. So 350 to 400 calories per bowl, and it says it should make about 6 servings. Now, of course, you can always have less of a bowl if you're, doing what I'm doing and being calorie conscious. But you can definitely do it. I'm going to have this for lunch and dinner today. I will share a picture. I forgot to take a picture of my soup. How could I? Okay, well, we're going to take a picture of it without like the sour cream on top. But I will share a picture and the recipe in Discord for sure. Let me take a picture of like the pot of soup too. I'm a little sad I didn't take a picture of it. Later today when I eat dinner, I will take a picture with the sour cream on top and it looking all extra cute. Thank you so much for the follow, Pachi-sama. How you doing? Doing well? Hell yeah. I'm doing extra good now that I have soup. This turned out really, really great. I really like this. The recipe calls for you could add carrots. I did not do that. I also used chicken broth instead of chicken stock because that's what I had. But, I think this is great. I personally don't think carrots would really pair well with it, but I do have the onions and the celery in it. And I cut the celery really small so that when it cooked down and everything, it's soft and you don't even notice it. Add cabbage instead of carrots. I think cabbage would pair much better than carrots. I had this one dish that my mom used to make that was kielbasa and cabbage, and I think the flavor profile of the soup, if you did chunks of cabbage, it would probably work out really well. Yeah, I'm very happy with how this turned out. If words will work, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to end stream here. I am going to share the picture of the soup and the recipe on Discord in the food channel, and I'll pin it like I've done for the last 2 cooking/baking streams. And I'm probably going to hang out in the special tower for a little bit. I'm going to try to get some work done today, even though it's a Sunday. But I'm also going to watch some anime. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and it was really fun making soup with you guys and trying a brand new recipe. This was really tasty, and I love how it turned out. But yeah, I hope that you'll... I hope to see you again next time, and have a great day. Bye, guys.